So Rob wanted to come out to Gardner Lake. We had a plan, operate some POTA. There's an island out there that we're going to get to. Stay tuned for some more Parks on the Air.
Hello, and welcome to the 741 channel. Thank you for stopping by. Today I'm here with Don, W1FYG, and he's going to teach us all about POTA. He's the Connecticut POTA guru here. How many parks have you activated in Connecticut so far?
73 parks, 3 kilos, and having fun.
Okay, he's the guy to learn from. So what we're going to do is we're going to get set up here. Don's got his stuff. What park number is this?
This is Gardner Lake. We'll look up the park number here in a second, but this is Gardner Lake here in Salem, Connecticut. Beautiful area. It's a, people come out to go boating. There's a boat ramp down there. There's some swimming in the summertime. And but people come up here for just to relax and have fun. Of course, so do the ham radio operators.
Yeah, it's a great place. I've never been here before. I live about an hour north of here, but I'll definitely be back, if not for POTA, with the family.
I wish I made these. I wish I had the patent on these things.
What is that thing?
From Nite Ize.
What is it?
They make in various lengths, diameters.
It's just like a
strap.
We'll look them up. We'll put a link down in the description.
Go to Amazon. Home Depot sells them.
That's cool. Never even saw something like that.
I'm sure Harbor Freight sells them.
You can just wrap it around.
You can
and
do it.
It stays.
You use those for anything and everything. Today we're going to use the go-to antenna. About 32 feet. Now for the commercial announcement of the 40 ampere hour bioenal battery, which we love. But we also love ICOM. Of course, we love the DX Commander. We love this guy, Steve, with his cup of coffee. God bless the United States. And of course, DX Engineering.
Or POTA 413.
POTA 413, bunch of great guys. And of course, the POTA group. For KAMRD, this is our logging software for today. Yes, it is old school.
This is one of the things I was wondering about, is what you use to log.
Paper.
There you go.
I am stuck in the mud and old fart when it comes to my log. I will not yet. I eventually will be, but for now.
I'm the same way, but only because I don't need to drag another device out that I have to worry about charging. But let me ask you this. When you get home, what do you transfer your paper into?
ACP log.
ACP, okay.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
So there you go.
So how come if I love it so much, how come I'm not doing it out in the field? It has nothing to do with power. It has nothing to do with power. It's just, and for a public safety 911 dispatcher guy who has to multitask a ton on the job with the officers giving us license plate and driver's information, and plugging that in. We're typing. You would think logging software would come naturally, and I don't like it. It's the sun. It's the it's the height of the tailgate. Am I making excuses?
No, because I feel the same way. I'm not weird. A very coordinated person myself, and I get a little overwhelmed sometimes, especially if I'm running a pileup, and I'm bad at typing. So for me, the paper log is easier. But I'm glad to hear that I'm not the only one.
No. So this used to be fully vented on top and the bottom, but I wanted some accessibility to get in, so I could plug in for the tuner. To attach the coax. Yes, I can do a barrel. I used to have, I had a nice piece of Lexan plastic over here. I had a nice barrel. It just, I wanted it to open up. Heat had nothing to do with it. It just, I wanted the easy accessibility for my hands to come in. These rig runners are the best. Whether you get a couple multi, I think every ham has got to have this, whether you're out in the field or for your ham shack. It has made life so much easier. Again, I'm a guy who said I was never going to go to Anderson Power Poles. Guess what? Never say never, because I did, and now everything between the shack. I'm also working on some ground radios that will also have Anderson Power Poles, to plug and play. So it's really made my life easier as far as that goes. But all we're going to do with this antenna is we're just going to plug it into here. Plug the tuner. This is nothing more than 4-wire into the Molex.
Oh yeah.
And now we're going to take our, look, Anderson Power Pole. Look at that.
You know, I said the same thing too, and I'm doing the same thing as you, slowly converting over to power poles.
And this had nothing to do with the marketing of the emergency aspect of it. Plug and play a radio anywhere. Yes, it is true, but it's for yourself, because we're using our equipment for ourselves 99% of the time. So now obviously this gets plugged into the battery. Hit the power button. It finds frequency not occupied. Hit the tune button. We'll make sure this is tuned up. Radio service testing. We have less than 1.2 to 1 at VSWR, and we're ready to operate.
Okay.
So now what I do, Rob, about a year and a half ago, I created a laminate sheet. I created about 20 or 30 of these as a flyer. Nobody really wanted one, and I also didn't want to litter the parks, because it's very, very important that we take out what we bring in. So instead, I just took one of my flyers and I laminated. Just keep it in bullet form, because I realized some people just don't want to read paragraphs. They're more interested in seeing the big antenna. They're more interested in seeing the flag and what are you doing. But if you know, and you can kind of also use this as talking points. Obviously, if you get into your, depending on the various parks have a conservation officer, some type of state police, or whoever maintains the parks, you can show them this, that you're just, you're a valid guy, and you know who you are and what you're doing. So I always keep this on my clipboard. What I did for the state of Connecticut is I went to the POTA website. I took all of the parks, and I just threw them in a quick Microsoft Word document, created some categories, and then as I work each park, I put a little circle, so when I go through my list, when I get back to the house and I go back onto the map and say, okay, what do I want to do today or next week, and what parks are close to each other, because nothing is more frustrating that you've been to a park and then you realize you had a park 5 minutes away and you could have banged out 2 on that same day, or 3. More importantly too, it makes sure that when I'm screaming out CQ POTA, I have the correct POTA number, because nothing is more embarrassing than if you don't have your correct a park number. So there we are, 1668. What I started doing is, as this page fills up, I'll write a number 1 on here for page 2, for page 1.
So you can keep track of it?
So I keep track in this way here, because obviously I could do it by time, but it makes it a lot easier, because there have been 2 or 3 times when all of my papers went flying. So this is why we have a clipboard. So now we are all set to either play the bands. We'll check the spotting site. We'll see who's out there. Maybe we'll work a couple of park to parks. I love working park to parks.
Yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to ask you. I always forget to do this when I'm activating. Not that I activate nearly as much as you do, but do you try to kind of tune around and do some park to parks before you start calling CQ, or
Yes.
do you do it the other way around? Or?
I do a lot of things. I want to, even though I check the app for the SFI,
Yeah.
but nothing is true until you turn on the radio. So you make sure that your antenna is properly working good. The rig is obviously, there's no warm up on these things, but then we're going to turn on the bands. We're going to see what the bands are doing. We're going to see, who do we hear? Are we working short path today? I'm going to listen to the 2 different call signs of the guys who are communicating. I'll go over to East Cars. I'll just quickly go up and down the band. We'll look at the spotting page. Can I hear those guys on the spotting page, or am I only hearing their hunters? There's a lot of, and that's all done within 10 quick 15 minutes. And then of course, when the opportunity strikes, bam, hit them. I have literally been where I haven't had the chair out. I barely had this, and I'm working a couple park to parks. I'm hunting them from a park, and of course they're getting excited because it's a park to park. And I'm quickly writing this down. Then I will say, all right, slow down. Let's regroup, and then we'll find a nice clear spot, and we'll spot ourselves, and then we'll just go. So there's a lot of ways of doing it. There's not just one way, but that's traditionally what I do.
Okay.
I just want to see what are the band conditions are, because the website and the apps can tell you one thing, but what you're hearing could be the other.
There you go. Good tip.
So this is the Gator 19-inch standard rack mount that's used. Started out, to my understanding, in the music industry. So, but obviously, as ham radio operators, we have also found a purpose for. This box has gone through 5 different alignments of various radios. At one time, I had a ICOM 706 in here. I had a VSWR meter. I had a DMR radio in there, and then I took a few things out. But So I'm always playing around with, what am I doing, for a while, so we can reposition the box. Standard, again, 19-inch. I just use the mounts to the radios. These are all vented shelves, so you just use some quick hardware to mount it in. It's not going to go anywhere.
So what is the radio mounted to? I can't see.
So it's actually this is the ICOM. This came with the ICOM. It's to mount the radio permanently.
Oh, I see the bracket on the side.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And
it's down on the bottom tray.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And all I do is on the tray is I use the vented holes.
Okay.
And if I have to do something, it's called a drill and bit.
There you go.
For this here, I just use heavy duty Velcro because this area has been consumed by other things in the past. So just to make it easier, but I don't like giving up my my tuner because. Nothing is worse than when I want to use a different antenna and I need a tuner if I'm not going to use a resonant antenna and I need a tuner. Heavy duty Velcro will always work, including the speaker. But there's a headphones that I keep. I have some $5 pair of Walkman headphones that I use. I don't like using the big muff headphones out in the field here. I lose the perception of where I am. I always like to keep an eye of. That's why I strategically park and sit where I can see people coming in and out. I guess for everyone's safety, just it's probably the safest thing to do for a lot of reasons.
So now, what do you got? You got some clocks under there too?
Yeah, this is the universal clock. This is my backup. I've always had this.
I have one of those too.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things. I keep it with me just in case in the sunlight. If I can't see, sometimes I'll even drop it down here while I'm writing. It's sort of more of a sentimental thing. Then the other clock. These clocks are programmable to what you want. You can make them flash. This is just running the temperature right now in Celsius. I got to figure out a way of trying to look at. I should probably pull out the instructions. That'd be good. Put it in Fahrenheit or just learn the Celsius scale. But right now it is about 40. We're sitting at about 39, 40 degrees here.
There's a little bit of a breeze if nobody could hear it in the camera.
Yeah, that's why we have the finger gloves on today. And the multi-layers of, Carhartt and other appropriate Connecticut winter weather wear.
There you go.
This is why it is important for HRCC and Jason and everyone else to give us sweatshirts and long sleeve T-shirts. This is, if nothing else, if no one else learned anything, please.
Yeah, those guys in the warmer climates.
Yeah, short sleeve.
Consider us.
Yeah, please think of us. I'll even take thermal underwear with your logos on them.
Well, I don't know if we need to go that far.
So what we have here is a basic 2-inch hitch for the Chevy pickup. The Eagle One people, this is their antenna. They give you various hitch mounts. I have a smaller one, so when the tailgate is closed, or I could use the big one, obviously, so when the tailgate is open, it just pops in. So this is a retractable by hand. This will go up about 32 feet, collapses back down to here.
Is that part of the antenna kit, or was that something separate?
That's part of the antenna kit. Now, what you have to add on is, if you're only going to use this antenna for 40 meters, you do not need a tuner. Okay, but obviously I like to bounce around, so I chose the AT4 ICOM tuner. And obviously grounding is very important. After talking with the Eagle One people, they told me that you really don't need to start running out ground radios, because when I started running out ground radios, I did not see any difference. Ran it through my antenna, through the antenna of the analyzer, as well as the old-fashioned way of let's see what we could hear, right? And reception did not get better by running out. I tried it with a total of 3. I went to 6, I went to 12, I went to 18, I went to 24 radios. It did nothing. Called back the manufacturer, I said, you're right. So my truck is actually my ground. So how the trailer hitch is bolted into the frame. So
I noticed you had a separate ground braid there too to help with that.
That's all I do.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, most recently I had a problem with contacts at one of my parks, wondering why my VSWR was jumping high. The radio's getting ready to shut down, doing what it's supposed to do, and that's because the braid was actually breaking.
Oh wow!
So, like any good ham, I had some quick terminals in my pack. Pulled out the crimper, cut off the old ones, and sure enough, just through the wear and tear of clip them on, clip them off, folding them up, racking them. It just, you know, after 18 months, it's, you know, so, but that's okay. So once again, we take care of our equipment and go through everything on a regular basis and fix it up. Like every hand, we got to figure out how we're going to carry our stuff: backpacks, duffel bags, body bags, whatever you want to do. Found this on Amazon on a Black Friday special last year, under 20 bucks. And obviously, like everybody else, we're going to carry stuff, extra connectors, some quick tools, bungee cord, whatever. You know, rope. Got to have some liquid refreshment out there. For any guys who do anything at night with late shift, got to have some kind of flashlights, some other types of lights and everything. I got a quick, small push-up mask if I have to. Got my 2040 link dipole in case I don't want to use this. And the secret of being a good patron in the parks is you're going to come across every once in a while some four-legged friends, and those are going to be the dogs and the horses. I found out through the horse owners that the horses like Starlight Mints as a treat. So obviously I asked the rider if it's appropriate, and the horses love them. And then of course for the dogs, they're little treats. And it's amazing how you can make a friend. Yeah.
That's a good tip.
Park to park, park to park.
Park to park, go ahead.
This is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf W1FYG. We're setting up in Park 1668, 1668 in Connecticut, and you're 5'9", 5'9". Over. Repeating call sign is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf. Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf, Park 1668. Over. QSL, thank you for your activation for the park to park. Enjoy your day. Have a great one. Be safe. This is what I do. If I can hear you, you're a 5'9".
Okay, so you do
Everyone's a 5 because in the POTA logging world.
Oh right, it doesn't matter.
Signal report means nothing. And again, I come from a public safety world where there was no such thing as a signal meter.
Sure.
If I can hear you, we talk.
Yep.
If I can't hear you, I'm going to say I can't hear you, or I'm going to say repeat. So if I have a really hard time hearing somebody, I will be honest with them. You're 3'3". I don't get into this 4'5", 4'9". It's so subject to accuracy and calibration. This is not NASA. This is Ham Radio, and these are my seriously. This is,
yeah.
So I don't. Not that I don't do it, but it's funny because the more POTA people I've talked to, they do the same thing too.
Yeah.
If I can hear you, there's no difference between a 5'7" and a 5'9". It means I can hear you. You're a 5'9".
See, if I'm chasing from the shack, I'll give somebody an accurate report.
Shack is different.
If I'm out in the field, I try to give them an accurate report, but like you said, you can't really log it, so.
To me, it means nothing.
Yeah.
But, however, from the shack, I think I'm a little bit more, that's why I want to say honest, I'm a little bit more accurate from the shack. Because I want them to hear, but I always tell everyone too, don't get disappointed if I say you're a 5'5". It could be a lot of things. It's called provocation. It could just literally be your like us. Is there frequency in use? This is W1FYG in Connecticut. Is there frequency in use? All right, we
What frequency are you on?
7218. 7218. We are 1668. Kilo hyphen 1668. Is the frequency in use? Is this frequency being used? W1FYG in Connecticut.
Tell me when you want me to push the button.
Push the button.
Today,
CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air.
Steve is scheduled to be on later.
This is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf. W1FYG in Connecticut calling. CQ Parks on the air. CQ calling CQ. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. This is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf in Connecticut. W1FYG. Parks on the air, calling and standing by. Down here eating me some breakfast, and I was down by
Really?
What happened?
all day, but good morning again, Chip. You sounding good, buddy.
Was that there?
Guys have been sitting there, and when I asked, so guess
do
what?
that.
We're just gonna move.
All right.
Is there frequency in use? Is this frequency being used? Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf in Connecticut. Is there frequency in use? See, that's why on the Facebook page I used to list the frequency. This is why I don't. I tell everyone just go to the POTA spotting page. Plus, it helps them to learn the POTA spotting page too.
Okay, it's changed.
Good.
CQ Parks on the air.
So we change this.
CQ Parks on the air. Parks on the air. This is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf. W1FYG in Connecticut calling. CQ Parks on the air. Golf
I have it
Connecticut
perfectly
calling.
timed,
CQ
so it
POTA.
gives me, so that's a short one. Let's say I
CQ
want to
Parks
quickly
on
stretch,
the air.
I got
CQ
20
Parks
seconds
on the air.
now.
This is Whiskey
Stretch
1
my legs,
Foxtrot
get a
Yankee
quick something to
Golf.
eat, something to drink if I wanted to. Kind of just stretch my legs, twist the neck,
CQ Parks on
finger,
the air,
you know what I mean?
station,
Yeah.
anywhere.
And obviously I love it because you can see you can see the countdown.
W1FYG
That's good.
in Connecticut calling. CQ Parks on the air. Calling and standing by.
Sierra November 4, Sierra Echo Foxtrot, you're doing about 5-5 from Aiken, South Carolina.
Well, good morning. Thank you for South Carolina. The Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf, Park 1668, 1668 here in Connecticut.
Victor Echo.
Doing a log time?
Yankee, Juliet.
Sit back and have fun.
Good morning, Don. Thanks for the park. Also 59 in Toronto. 4, Whiskey Papa. Washington Pacific.
Kilo 4 Whiskey Papa. Good morning, sir. You're 5858 Connecticut, Park 1668.
Roger, 5757, Georgia, Gulf Alpha, Roger. November 3, Mike, thank you, sir. You're 58 Central Virginia. Thank you for the Connecticut Park. We wish you good luck. 73, November 3, Mike. Kilo 8, Romeo Delta Golf. QSL to 1668, you're also 58 in Michigan. Thanks for another one.
Roger. Thank you for Michigan. If you see KAMRD, wake them up for us, okay?
Will do.
This is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf with Parks on the air.
Kilo Oscar 4, Tango, X-ray November. Roger, you're 59 here in North Carolina. Thanks for activating the clock. Happy Thanksgiving. Kilo Charlie 3, India Delta Zulu. QSL 159, you're 56, southwestern Pennsylvania, a little north of Pittsburgh. Happy Thanksgiving, 73. Thanks for the activation and thanks for taking my call.
Fred, did you say that you're mobile today?
QSL, Todd, just got my flu shot, headed home, 59 Virginia. Whiskey 8 Sierra, Uniform November. QSL, you're 57 here in Roanoke, Virginia. You just worked my brother Fred. Thanks for the new park, W8FUN.
Well, thank you for the warning. I appreciate it. All right. I love working the brothers. You guys always have some great signals. Be safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Whiskey 5, Golf, Delta, Whiskey. QSL, Don, 57 here in North Carolina. Thanks for the activation. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you, guys. Park is officially activated, so as they say, let's have some fun here. Everybody be safe. This is W1FYG with Parks on the Air.
Zulu 8, Tango, Delta, Papa. Roger, 59 into Michigan, Don. Happy Thanksgiving. Romeo Alpha, Tango. Here, Don. Good morning. You are 57 in Ohio. Happy Thanksgiving and 73.
This is every POTA activator's fear.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, that happens to me every time.
It's like, what you know, we look at the antenna, we look at the radio. You know,
Well, I just posted it on the Discord group, so maybe a couple of the guys will jump on.
It's always tough. 40 is tough.
This is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf in Connecticut calling. CQ POTA.
Alpha Foxtrot 1 Kilo. Very good. I am at the QTH today, but did a little hunting yesterday. How are the bands treating you? Well, you've got a fine signal here, 5.9 definitely into northeast Ohio. I'm only running 25 watts.
Not bad for
2040
25 watts.
dipole up about maybe 30 feet. So, fine job. Well, there you got a contact for Ohio. Whiskey Oscar 4, Romeo Oscar Golf. Roger that. Thank you for the 59 plus. I got you down at a 57 in Fairfield, North Carolina. You sounding good. November 4, Echo X-ray. Okay, good morning. You're 5757 North Carolina from N4EX. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Catch you down the log. And now the Victor Echo station.
Victor Echo 3, Cold War Museum. Victor Echo 3, CWM. The call sign is Cold War Museum. Charlie, Whiskey, Mike.
See? This is where you go, come on, where's my pileup?
It's funny how it comes in spurts like that.
It does.
You know?
And you gotta just be patient.
Yeah.
Like what time is it? Right, see, literally, it's locally, it's 11. So now we go into this bewitching hour between, actually the bewitching hour on 40 seems to be between noon and 2, where it's, you know, and even 20 is like, yeah. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
in the past where I plotted out like, keep this going.
CQ parks on the air.
What I would
CQ,
do is if I had
CQ
three
on the air,
parks,
on the air.
I used
This is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot,
the 11:30
Yankee
to
Golf.
1 o'clock.
FYG in Connecticut,
Travel,
CQ parks
hit a
on
Dunkin'
the air.
Donuts,
CQ,
Burger King,
calling
whatever.
CQ,
Stretch your
parks on
legs
the air.
and just
CQ,
let the
parks on
band
the air.
settle down and
This
then
is Whiskey
pick
1
it up. You know,
Foxtrot, Yankee Golf in Connecticut, W1FYG.
just kind of play the
Parks on
game.
the air, calling and standing by.
Oh, Bravo, Oscar Sierra. Good morning, here 59 in Northern Virginia. Nice signal for you here, about 49 degrees and a nice sunny day. How's it looking in Connecticut this morning? Go ahead.
I wish I could show you the picture. I'm running the fingers through the gloves. We're on the tailgate today, but we're having fun here. I got a good friend here, and his name is Rob N1NUG, and we're just playing Parks on the Air. About 42 degrees with a light wind blowing.
Okay, fine. Same here, George, located in Northern Virginia, about 25 miles due west of Washington, D.C. Hey, good luck with Parks on the Air. Get a good signal into Virginia. Bye-bye. So, Oscar 4, Echo Victor Hotel, November 2, Delta Whiskey, Quebec. DSL, you're 5x6 in southern Portland, New Jersey. Thanks for the activation. Kilo 3, Charlie Lima Sierra. Good morning. Yes, you're 59 here in southeastern PA. K3, CLS. Kilo Oscar 3 Zulu.
Kilo Oscar 3 Zulu. Did you copy? Did you copy me? This is W1FYG. You're 57. This is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf. W1FYG with Parks on the Air.
Kilo Charlie 5 Foxtrot. QSL, you're 57 in North Carolina. 73, thanks for the mark.
Why tune up on my frequency?
Victor Echo 1 Echo. Bravo. Roger that, you're 59 coming to
Next week I'll be going back down to Ham and Acid. I need 451 contacts from Ham and Acid. So I'll concentrate on them.
CQ parks on
for
the air.
next-
Which ones are your 3
CQ
kilos?
parks on the
Which
air.
parks?
Parks on the air.
The-
This is
my
Whiskey
2 hometown
1
parks,
Foxtrot, Yankee Golf.
and then the one I got
W1 FYG
on
in
Saturday
Connecticut
was
calling.
it's
CQ
called
parks on the
Silvio
air.
Conte.
CQ
Okay, yeah, you
calling
were saying
CQ.
that.
Yeah, so
CQ
that
parks on
got
the
that
air.
third one.
CQ parks on the air.
Last call for 40 meters. Last call for 40 meters. This is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf in Connecticut.
Now, see, I've done that where I'll do the last call and then I'll get like 15 more.
Yeah, go figure, right?
It's like, oh,
Yeah. Here I am. I'm starting to put things away.
yeah.
Kilo Oscar 3 Zulu. Thank you, you're 5 Pennsylvania.
Roger. There, we got you. I heard you calling before, and then all of a sudden you, I didn't know if you accidentally stepped on the plug. W1FYG QRT. Park to park, park to park.
Go ahead, park to park.
Hey, thank you for another one. This is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf. Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf, 1668, 1668. Thank you for 20 meters.
Roger, 1668. You got us on 0930.
Roger, QSL. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Thanks so much. This is November Whiskey 4, Tango Fox. Stand by.
So you normally operate 20 and 40, right?
20 and 40. I love going to 60 meters.
Yeah, I worked you on 60. You're the only person I've ever worked on 60.
Really?
Yeah.
I was under the assumption with 40, you and I could work each other on 40. That is not the
We're too
case.
close.
We're still too close.
The only time I worked you clearly on 40 was when I got on my motorcycle and went to northern Massachusetts.
So you're getting further away from me?
I was further away from you. I was activating a part. Do you remember? It was over the summer.
I'm just trying to think. Was I up at?
You might have been here. I think you were here, and I was up above the Quabbin. I was almost into New Hampshire.
Wow.
On the motorcycle, running a vertical ham stick, and I heard you 5'9". Jesus. And I think you were here.
Go figure.
If you weren't here, you were somewhere near here.
See, go figure, right?
So that's going to wrap things up for today. It's a little bit chilly and windy out here today, so we're going to call it quits. Don did activate the park on 40. You made one park to park on 20.
Yep.
But like I said, I think we're going to head out for today and come back when it's a little bit warmer.
Definitely when
In
it's warmer.
fact, don't know if you guys can see it behind us or not. There's a small island on this lake that's a separate park entity of itself. that's never been activated, and we'd like to try and find a way to get out there and activate it ourselves.
We will get out there one way or another.
Yeah.
Even if we have to swim.
Yeah, so we're going to plan that through the winter, and maybe in the spring or next summer we'll be able to get out there and get that thing activated. But anyway, like I said, we're going to wrap things up here for today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to leave a comment or subscribe, feel free to do that as well. And don't forget to check out the rest of the Ham Radio YouTubers bunch. There's a link down in the description below that'll take you to a website that'll give you more information about their channels. Anyway, 7-3 for now. Thanks for watching.
7-3 all. Related or anything in your house to
Nice.
your
Today I'm here with Don, W1FYG, who just lost his sunglasses.
cut. Take two. Or I have my fire police hat, which is by Connecticut state statute we have to wear.
Oh, no kidding.
So I bought a second one, told the decal guy this is what I need.
Oh, I'm standing in front of the thing. Here, but I also want to talk about... Oh, those are glasses too.
Oh, those are expensive glasses.
Did you show your shirt?
And for Jason, Texas makes it to Connecticut.
Okay, so it's a little bit chilly out here today and the wind is blowing, as you guys can probably hear in the microphone. So we're going to wrap things up for today. Oh! Let's see, what else did I want to say? I guess that's it. Yeah, all right. Well,
Cut.